North Korea, why? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for what is going to be nothing short of another jam-packed daily market update. I'm wishing you all a wonderful weekend and a smashing Saturday. We've got a hell of a lot to get into, guys. The largest hack, crypto hack in history just took place yesterday, and we're going to be giving you the lowdown on it all. We're going to be showing you exactly what went on, how it happened, and what the ramifications are. And actually, there's calls for people to roll the Ethereum chain back, which is just not something that should be done, in my opinion, because it really questions the whole immutability aspect of these tamper-proof ledgers. If you can tamper with them, then what the hell is the point? However, we'll see how that one unfolds. I don't think they will do that. There's been calls like this previously, and I don't think they certainly didn't go through, and I don't think they will today, despite the largest hack ever in the crypto space taking place. Probably one of the largest hacks ever, actually. And certainly if you look at heists, I think the largest heist was actually out of Iraq, and it was about $1 billion in 2003. Well, just yesterday, $1.4 billion got heisted from Bybit. Let's get into it all. We're going to be giving you some good news as well today. We'll also look at the markets a little bit because they're holding up very strong. And I just want you guys to think, you guys have survived. Some of you might be new to the cryptocurrency space. Welcome on board, guys. We're happy to have you here. But you guys have survived yesterday, and the markets have survived yesterday, and largely shaking it off. The largest crypto heist ever. And actually, a couple of weeks ago, we survived the largest liquidation event ever, including FTX. So, welcome on board, guys. We're happy to have you here. You know, I am probably going to get some medals made, Allincrypto medals made for the survivors and the thrivers, given what we think is technically to come of this cryptocurrency market. Guys, brighter days are well and truly ahead of us. Let's get into this story. This is from Ben Zhao. Bybit ETH multi-sig cold wallet just made a transfer to our warm wallet about 1 hour ago. It appears that this specific transaction was musked. All the signers saw the musked UI, which showed the correct address, and the URL was from safe. So musked, what does that mean? It essentially means fake. So it was basically a bot. It basically what they saw wasn't what was under the hood in regards to what they were signing. However, the signing message was to change the smart contract logic of our Ethereum cold wallet. This resulted hacker took control of the specific Ethereum cold wallet, was signed and transferred all ETH in the cold wallet to this unidentified address. Please rest assured that all our other cold wallets are secure. All withdrawals are normal, and they've honored every single withdrawal thus far. We'll look at that and how things have progressed. I will keep you guys posted on more developments. If any team can help us to track the stolen funds approved. And I love CZ. Seriously, I think he's such a great ambassador to the cryptocurrency space. I think the US government did him so dirty. They put him in jail for 4 months. They charged him $4 billion. And ultimately, why? Well, that's because he was outside of their control, and they basically reined him in. They said, no. Just like they did with BUSD, that in that case got thrown out. Subsequently, later on, you can't have you doing this when we don't control you in the way we do. But he put, not an easy situation to deal with, might suggest to halt all withdrawals for a bit as a standard security procedure or precaution. Will provide any assistance if needed. Good luck. And there are rumors that Binance have been sending fees over to help them with their withdrawal flows. Let's look at what Ben Zhao actually has to say here. And then we're going to continue with the video because we've got so much to cover, guys.
Meaning that if even today, all of the Bybit client withdraw, we can give your withdrawals. With regard to the act amount, which is around 400,000 ETH, even the Bybit treasury, we can cover that. So no matter what, we will make sure all of the clients' money are safe. So your money is safe. Our withdrawal is still open, and some of the withdrawals might take a bit of time as we go through the regular checks. But we are aiming at processing all the withdrawals within a few hours. Okay, so I want to rest assured that.
And you've got to give it to Bybit. Since then, and since what he said, this is a kind of update. Since the hack 10 hours ago, Bybit has experienced the most number of withdrawals that it has ever seen. We have had a total number of more than 350,000 withdrawal requests, and it's only natural. It's not, is it incompetence? Perhaps, but if this can happen to this exchange and you've got your money on it, well, you got to think this could have been, and still could be. We're yet to see a result, but it looks like things are relieving. If you've got money on Bybit, just be safe, guys. I always practice self-custody. The space is getting more and more filled with people getting scammed and things like this, and we need to up our efforts here at Allincrypto to help with that. But we've got a lot to get into. Let's not dilly-dather. So 350,000 withdrawals. So far, around 2,100 withdrawal requests left to be processed. Wow. Overall, 99.9% of withdrawals have been complete. If your withdrawals are complete, please leave a comment here. Although we have been hit by the worst hack possibly in the history of any medium bank crypto finance. Literally. But all Bybit functions and products remain functional. The whole team have been awake all night to process and answer client questions and concerns. All hands on deck. Rest assured, we are here for you. I love that. I absolutely love that. Despite something horrific happening, this is a 12-hour update now from the worst hack in history. Literally, this is the biggest heist ever. I think I've got something to show on this. Bybit hack is officially the largest crypto hack in history. Probably the largest heist in history, guys. Except for taxes, which I do actually believe are theft. $1.46 billion plus stolen and still counting. That's 16% of all previous crypto hacks combined. Wow. We'll look at how it happened in just a second. Let's look at the 12-hour update. 12 hours, worst hack in history. All withdrawals have been processed. Our withdrawal system is now fully back to normal pace. You can withdraw any amount and experience no delays. Thank you for all your patience, and we are sorry that this has happened. Bybit will continue to come out with full incidents report as well as security measures in the next few days. I will also personally keep you all posted and on any updates. Thanks to all our clients, friends, and partners who have helped and supported us during the excruciating 12 hours. The real work has just now started. You got to give it to Ben Zhao, the co-founder and CEO of Binance. Not Binance, sorry. Bybit. Because they've done an amazing job. And it's rumored that this hack has something to do with North Korea. And on that note, North Korea has just announced a $1.5 billion strategic Ethereum reserve. Too soon, maybe. One thing that I do want to comment on is that Twitter, internet can be a horrible place. People, whenever something like this happens, and it's probably because they don't hold crypto and they've got a bias towards it, they want it to be like the end of the world. Like, people last night were literally wanting Bybit to go completely insolvent and to be another FTX. Get a life, man. Seriously. Like, why would you want that for the hundreds of thousands of... I know I'm making a joke here, but I like to make light-hearted things of things, you know, but it is a very serious issue. And why would you want hundreds of thousands of people to lose all their money based on a hacker? Now, this has caused... In fact, first of all, let's do a little bit more diving in regards to what actually happened. So we're going to go ahead and play this next clip, and then we'll talk about some of what stemmed from this in regards to people asking the Ethereum chain to be rolled back. Do you not understand crypto? Do you not understand what these ledgers are there to do? You can't just roll back the chain. You can't just take out transactions. Anyway, let's go and just play this clip just to sort of cap all of this, and then we'll proceed with some of the things that are coming out of this. And look at some good news. There's great news happening in the past 24 hours in regards to the SEC dropping cases against Coinbase and OpenSea. And the HBAR ETF has been amended, etc. We'll talk about that, but let's just finish this off.
What happened is the signing message was not to changing the address or the destination or the amount of the specific transfer that we approved. The hacker changed that transaction into upgrading or changing the safe smart contract logic so that he gained control over the whole code over that specific Ethereum Genesis safe, and so that he can transfer these funds out.
Crazy. What a crazy... I love my job. I love being in this space. I truly do, because my job's easy. There's always such interesting things happening, you know. And when you think about this space more broadly, we'll look back on this period in history as something to be just studied in regards to how money itself, how value itself, how the entire financial system and social and government systems around the world are all entirely changing due to distributed ledger technology and all the crazy stories. I've got so many. You know, I came from the days of Silk Road, and then got serious as an investor in 2016, 17, did really well, watched loads of people blow up through things like, including got totally done over by an exchange, Cryptopia, but watched people get involved with BitConnect, et cetera, you know, just, there's so many stories, and they just keep adding up. And there's been a lot of calls are getting louder now. This is from Caitlin Long. Vitalik, will you advocate to roll back the chain to help Bybit? You can't do that. Vitalik is caught in a nightmare situation he can't win. Roll back the Ethereum chain proves it's centralized, do nothing, and Ethereum funds North Korean terrorism. Whew. And will suffer brutal OFAC sanctions. Will they? I don't know about that, because it's not Ethereum's fault. Either way, Ethereum is finished. Wow, strong take. The question is, how fast is it going to collapse? I don't agree with this at all. If Vitalik and Ethereum founder don't push through a hard fork to defund these whatevers, these are very strong takes. As Vitalik Buterin and I discussed, the best way to roll back the Ethereum chain is best for everyone to stop trading ETH. Oh, what the hell? Give that the rollback chain will have the ticker ETH. It's prudent to rename the current one to, I think this is a joke. It's just crazy, you know, it's, I don't know if, what's going to come out of this, we'll see. But I don't think you should roll back. I think you kind of almost have to let this happen. You know, because if you roll back the chain or you fork it, I mean, where does it stop at that point? It's a shit situation, to be honest. But we're living through it. Like I say, over the past couple of weeks, you've had to deal with the largest liquidations in history, including FTX and all the other Lunas, etc. And you've literally had to deal with the largest crypto heist ever. Well done, guys. We're here. We're in it to win it. Technically, and we'll talk about that, you know, we still think there's really bright days ahead for the cryptocurrency space. We are long and strong despite all of this. Let's cover some good news, guys, because we've been looking at a lot of sort of bad news because it's obviously the pressing matter. And that is yesterday, the SEC dropped their case against, after the secret meeting, the private meeting. It wasn't secret, it was public, but it wasn't shared with the public. They then came out and dropped their Coinbase case and their OpenSea case. Now, people say, well, why didn't they drop the Ripple case like we speculated? We got called a clown for that. Whatever. Well, it's ultimately because I think the token aspect and the kind of sensitivity aspect. There's no doubt in my mind that Ripple and XLM, or XRP and XLM, are literally going to be the assets of tomorrow. We're talking the largest, probably, assets of tomorrow. It's a lot more of a sensitive matter. But let's dive into what Brian Armstrong had to say on some good news, and then we'll finish this off with a little bit of price action. Also, we'll look at some HBAR amendments to their ETF. No 19B4 acknowledgement yet, but I think that will come soon.
Brian here from Coinbase. Well, today's a really good day because we just heard from the SEC staff that they're planning to withdraw their litigation against Coinbase. Now, this still needs to be approved by the SEC commissioners, but we're hoping that happens next week. And if this goes through, it's a really big deal, not just for us, but for the whole crypto industry, the 50 million Americans who hold crypto, and I think for the rest of the world, because this is an important signal about where things are going. Now, ultimately, we still need to get legislation for crypto passed in America to codify some of these rules and make sure the industry can get built on shore. But if this goes through, it's still a very important legal precedent that rights a wrong that was taking place over the last few years, where the SEC, unlawfully, in my view, decided to attack or even try to kill the entire crypto industry by suing lots of different companies, including us, claiming that many of these crypto assets were securities. Now, they did this despite there not being any law indicating that that was the case. They didn't publish any clear rules to the industry. And in our situation, they actually had allowed us to become a public company just a few years prior, where they looked at everything we were doing and our listing standards, and they got comfortable enough to allow us to become a public company. So we should not forget how close we came here to a few bad actors in the government actually going off and trying to kill this industry. I remember in 2023, a lot of people were advising me on this, and they were saying, you know, do not engage in litigation with the SEC. It's going to cost you tens of millions of dollars. It's going to put downward pressure on your stock price. It's going to spook public market investors. And, you know, number three, the SEC might fight dirty and like pressure other companies not to work with you, which unfortunately did happen in a couple cases. But I think the thing that ultimately gave me the courage to do it was that, number one, I knew that we were right on the facts and on the law. Number two, if we didn't stand up to this bullying, it might have been the end of the crypto industry in America, because not as many other companies had deep pockets like we did. And ultimately, we had to spend about $50 million defending this case. And number three, we needed to stand up for our customers' rights. They weren't doing anything wrong, and they wanted to use this technology. This is America. I wasn't going to let some activist, regulator come through and try to make up new laws that didn't exist and take away our customers' rights. So I'm really proud of where this case landed. I hope it creates a domino effect in other cases that the rest of the industry is experiencing. And we're never going to stop fighting for crypto and freedom. Thanks, y'all.
Well done, Brian. That's what we needed, people to fight for this industry, and they've won. So there was great news that came out yesterday. Unfortunately, it was just sort of overshadowed by the largest hack in history ever taking place. But this is crypto, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just in, SEC ends investigation into NFT marketplace OpenSea. With Coinbase, I should probably add a comment that actually they didn't just... The persecution wasn't just on Coinbase, it was against the cryptocurrencies that they listed as securities or claimed were securities. So if they've thrown that out, that essentially has ramifications for those cryptos. There's been 60 plus ETFs filed since the start of this year. It's only February, guys. February the 22nd? Fundamentally and technically, there's a beautiful time ahead for this space, guys, and they're starting to drop litigations. Also, SEC providing comments on the Canary HBAR S1. Would make sense that the 19B will follow soon. Get ready for a HBAR ETF, ladies and gents. And when we look at the price of the space, it's largely just shaking it off, guys. It really has, in my opinion. Talking about HBAR, this is going to bounce here gloriously and start a really broad uptrend. $1, $2, who knows? Bitcoin looks good. It's just pausing here. We've compared this to... Have I got it up here? Not XRP. We'll do NVIDIA. This is the same kind of pause. And then you'll see real broad continuation. Bitcoin likely going to 300K, in my opinion. This cycle could even be within this year. We'll see how crazy things get and what happens. Certainly macroeconomically, I do think there's a storm that's going to support all of that. The total looks good, still supporting on support. Total 2, total 3. Others, I can go on and on and on. But this has been quite a lengthy update, guys. So I'm going to love and leave you on that. Digest it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. We love you. We'll be here every single day. Rain, snow, thunder, lightning, sunshine, whatever, drizzle. We'll be here keeping you guys up to date on the crypto space regardless. We love this industry, and we're going to continue to be here. I mean, at a time when, from a content creation point of view, we're really at a low. We're not at a low. We're actually at a high compared to a lot of other channels out there. If you look at a lot of bigger channels than us, they're really, really struggling. We're not, and it's thanks to you guys, and I love you for that. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Try and have a wonderful weekend. It's an exciting space to be in. Don't forget that. And I'll see you all in the next one.